time to give the people what they want. It's Jalen and Jacoby.
He is Jalen Rose.
What up, dog?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
We're Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN2. What is it that we do, Mr.
We get
Rose?
the people what they want.
If the people want a 3-part docuseries chronicling Chris Paul's decision to leave the Clippers and go to the Houston Rockets, the people got it. It's on ESPN. It's on ESPN.
Oh, okay.
It's on ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
The
Great,
people
great
got
beats,
it.
great
The people
beats.
got it. And do you know what the people got right now? They have a clip of Chris Paul agonizing over this decision with none other than Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z.
Because I done said this for the longest. I had the ball in my hands way too much. Like, I'm so tired of dribbling and having to do so much. Like, I would love to be able to get on the wing and shoot the ball and stuff like that. But I know Houston, you got Harden, you got Trevor Ariza, who I'm actually close with, because you think about life, too. Like off the court, like life.
That's what you really have to think about. Do you want to uproot your family? Kids in school, they love their friends. You know, like that whole move, you did that already.
There's a lot to talk about there.
First off,
No, I'm starting.
Jay-Z is Hove. For whatever that's worth.
Here's another thing is, if Jay-Z gave me life advice, I think I would just follow it. I would just follow it.
And we talk about pieces in one big chess game. Don't sleep. He was one of the individuals that helped support and navigate Kevin Durant leaving OKC to the Golden State Warriors.
With Rock Nation and all that. I love the idea that Jay-Z eating almonds out of his palm, sipping champagne in his recording studio is changing the face of the NBA right there. I love it. The part at the beginning, though,
Shout Rich.
when Chris Paul said he didn't like having the ball too much,
Shout Tata.
and he was trying to do too much, do you really believe him?
No.
You don't think you think he wants the ball? You think Chris Paul wants the ball?
Yes.
You know, he said he wants to be on the wing and just catch and shoot.
Here's what Chris Paul doesn't want. It's what I've seen so far this year.
Blake Griffin on his team?
It's James Harden basically acting as the point guard 80% of the time that number 13 is on the floor, which means number 3 is spotting up on the wing.
But that's what he wants. He doesn't want the ball. He doesn't want the ball.
That's not his money.
No, exactly.
That is not how he became a future Hall of Famer. Now his game has expanded to where he can play weak side action.
Sure, of
he
course.
Can catch and
He
shoot.
can knock down jump shots.
No question about it. But the unique thing I want to see happen that normally isn't a remedy for success is your best players taking turns. Think about
It's
all of the great duos. It's not that they were taking turns handling the ball, though, primarily.
Fair.
Okay, so yeah, Shaq and Kobe took turns. One of the guys wanted on the post, one of the guys on the perimeter. Yeah, Mike and Scotty, they were a lot different.
Bird and McHale.
Hakeem
Sure,
and Clyde.
all of it, yeah.
You know, so they were a lot different. LeBron and Dwayne Wade. These are two guys that are amongst the league leaders in assists. And you know how you become one amongst the league leaders in assists?
Ball in your hand.
Ball in your hand. Usage. That's the stat. Usage rate. And James Harden is unique because he's led the league in total points and in assists. When you look back at last year, be like, who led the league in assists? Oh, James Harden.
If I'm Chris Paul and my wife doesn't want to uproot the family, wants to stay in Los Angeles, and I said, all right, I'm going to be back. I'm going to go chop it up with Hov for a little bit. And then I came back and said, Hov said I should go to Houston. We're uprooting the family and going to Houston. My wife would divorce me so fast.
A lot of that was staged for TV, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Chris Paul loves his wife. He's been a terrific ambassador for the game. We've seen him for public sentiment be a grandson, a son, a husband, a father, a brother. Shout to CJ. CJ, you in the means you should be working on your fantasy team. But with that being said, so here's the thing. Chris Paul and James Harden will figure it out because they're both terrific players.
Sure.
But the thing I'm looking forward to is James needs to be the person acting as the 2 or the shooting guard when CP's in the game. What I'm seeing is the other way around.
It should be that way. It's not going to be that way, and we will see how it turns out during the season. LeBron James did a long interview with GQ, and he was asked if he owes anything to the city of Cleveland.
I'm on the cover of GQ this month.
Here's what he said. Quote, LeBron James owes nobody anything. Nobody. When my mother told me that I don't owe her anything, from that point I don't owe anybody anything. But what I will give to the city of Cleveland is passion, commitment, duration, as long as I put that jersey on. That's what I represent. That's why I'm there, to inspire that city. Don't owe anybody anything.
So I don't want people to take this as a level of arrogance, because there is something to be said. A thank you to the team that drafts you. Just so happened that Dan Gilbert has paid you multi-millions of dollars to play basketball.
Yeah.
Pat Riley and Mickey Arison welcomed you into the Miami Heat family. Of course, when you're an all-time iconic player, we start to think it's all about you. So I have to say this for him, for those that think that that's a little arrogant or self-serving, that he wasn't meaning it to come off as flagrant as some people may think.
But it does sound like he is very much keeping his options open and laying the emotional groundwork for the city and for the fans, that he could disappoint them at the end of the year.
Well, the first person I think about is Dwayne Wade, because that'd be 3-4 teams in 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Just like that.
This is a new era. This is in the 90s.
Here's what I want to put on wax. I've said this before. Hold this clip, Harlan. So when I go back and say broken news, remember this date. I truly believe that Chris Paul will end up in Cleveland with LeBron James. He signed a one-year deal. Think about what he did. At 32 years of age, he turned down the opportunity to sign a contract
$210 million.
$210 million. You know why? He knows he's going to get it. And two places besides Houston, he knows he's going to get it. Lakers, but then they drafted Ball. So now is Chris Paul trying to say, well, I can play without the ball and kind of get a practice run with that?
Maybe.
Or Cleveland.
Down with the Kings.
And so, based on those dynamics, LeBron, to your point, is setting the stage. But man, life is good in the East.
We'll see.
Life is good in the East.
You know what? Now we have some broken news.
To everyone else, it's breaking news. To Jalen and Jacoby listeners, it's broken news.
I called this forever ago.
What's that?
What Mr. James also told GQ. He said, quote, I know I won't be able to play at this level forever. To be washed and play, I don't know if I could washed. But I sure would love to stick around for my old son can have an opportunity to play against me. That'd be the icing on the cake right there. I'd foul the bleep out of him. I'd give him 6 fouls. I'd foul the bleep out of Bronny, man. You remember I predicted that he will play until his son enters the league, and that is when he will leave. And now he is putting it on wax. But remember where you heard it first, here on Jalen and Jacoby.
We didn't hear it from Jalen and Jacoby. We heard it from David.
You know what? Everything we do as a team.
No, it's not.
Except for your bad ideas.
Because
your bad ideas are just your ideas.
I got to tell you something. When we have great ideas, they're both of ours. When we have terrific ideas, they're mine.
Coming up next on Jalen and Jacoby, Rick Pitino is a hype beast.
I'm going to get the bat for the bees.
Rick Pitino is a hype beast.
I got to get the bat for the
Go
bees.
get the bat.
Oh, a couple of things. I'm reloaded. First and foremost, come on, Rozier. He's now playing for Boston. I think he's going to have a really good season. I think that's the player they were talking about that messed up. How did both individuals spell Yeezys wrong?
Both of them spelled Yeezys wrong.
In different ways.
And the guy works at Adidas and spelled Yeezys wrong with an S. And another thing is just like, Rick Pitino, this is what you got to do with your day? You're hitting your Adidas guy. Didn't even say what size. It seemed like he needed just like one pair. Didn't even seem like he needed for the whole team. He's definitely got like a teenager next to him being like, no. It's the white ones with the black stripes. Ask him for the white ones with the black stripes. No, not the all white ones. I know those are easy to get. I want the ones that are hard to get. Like, Rick Pitino spend less time trying to get exclusive shoes to put on Instagram and spend more time keeping your job as a head coach in college basketball.
Dead wrong. How about this though?
Oh, they also released this. About 45 texts from Jalen Rose asking Jim Gatto for the exact same thing.
Correct.
They also released those.
That's why I want you to hit the brakes.
All right. Terrell.
Jim Gatto was family. Hope everything works out, my brother.
Size 15. Darren Fox was asked what his favorite brunch spot is in Sacramento. New to the town, what's your favorite brunch spot? Didn't answer that question. He just immediately went to this. Quote, all I gotta say, you can tell everybody lives in the state of California this. In-N-Out is not good. And then he went on to say that it's overrated. I happen to think he's 100% correct. Your thoughts, Mr. Rose?
Well, here's what happens. You're a college kid. You see the commercials. They're big burgers and they're bigger cleavage.
That's Carl's Jr., but continue.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's
Same
move
thing.
on. Let's move on.
Okay.
JJ Redick lives in Dumbo. It's in Brooklyn, close to Manhattan.
So,
It's a great way to get to the city if you live in Brooklyn. It's not a great way to get to Philadelphia,
and it's how you pay $12,000 for 1,200 square feet.
according to Jay-Z. Now, JJ Redick is commuting from Brooklyn to Philadelphia to and fro.
How far is it?
It's a long way. It'll take at least an hour and a half. But here's the thing. Jalen, you always take us behind the curtain. Allow me to take you behind the curtain this time.
Okay. Wow.
JJ Redick has 2 young sons. One Knox, probably about 3 or 4 years old. One Kai, maybe 1, 2 years old. Very similar living situation as your friend David Jacoby. He's not commuting to Philly because he doesn't want to take the kids out of preschool. He doesn't want to be around the kids. If you get home at 9 p.m., you leave in the morning and you get home at 9 after the kids are asleep, you don't have to see them all day. On your off days, you can spend a couple hours parenting them. But I know this hustle. You stay late at work and then get home after the kids go to sleep. I'm on to you, JJ Redick. I'm on to you.
And I'm on to you. This is basically him saying, I ain't got a long-term deal in Philly. So I'm going to be in NY
One
where
year.
we already got a spot.
Who knows?
I'm not renting or leasing.
Joel Embiid found out that he was going to have his minutes be restricted, and he had a very vulgar response. Here's what he had to say, quote, "That's bleep bleep. I wish I was playing minutes. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for more than whatever number they have. I don't know. I wish I was playing more, but we're going to see how that goes." Should the Sixers be so careful with Embiid?
Yes, they should. And I like this reverse psychology, first and foremost, of an athlete, because this is where trainers and a support group has to protect said player from themselves. A competitive young guy, just got a maximum level contract, wants to show that he's not injury prone. But the problem is, so far in his career,
He's injury prone.
he's injury prone. And so based on that, they're doing themselves a disservice if they don't put him on a minutes restriction. If he's able to forecast and then exceed that, then all of a sudden you'll see him out there more. But again, a terrific young talent. I think he has it in him to have a major year.
Very quickly, there's been one more change in Joel Embiid's life. He has cornrows now. He has braids. What do you think about cornrow Joel Embiid? Does this mean that he is guaranteed to be the MVP of the league?
No. Let me tell you
What
something.
happened? You don't
Corporate
support
America,
this?
No.
You don't, what?
Let me tell you something, corporate America.
I know
This
what you
is
mean by
culture.
corporate America.
This
by
is
the way,
what-
I know what you mean by corporate
This
America.
is what we do, okay?
Who's we? What do you mean?
People like me.
What? I don't understand.
And you know what we
Tall
do?
people?
Once we get maximum contracts, we're here like we want now.
Says the guy holding a bat on national television. When we come back, we'll keep it moving. What's the worst haircut you've ever had?
There was a time where I had a bowl haircut and a tail in the back that wouldn't grow long, and I got it blonde.
Wait. You had a bowl haircut, so it was just like a straight line, no fade, and in the back, sort of JaVale McGee style, you attempted to grow a tail and then just dye the tail blonde?
At least his was able to grow downward.
Yeah.
Mine didn't grow
So you
downward.
had like a little puff?
Yes.
And you dyed it blonde?
Yes.
So you go to a salon and they put tinfoil around the back. Like, how does the process work? Did you sit underneath the heat lamp?
I don't remember it being that sophisticated.
Did they spray some lemon juice on it? Clorox bleach?
Yeah, just getting it blonde. To your point, though, it only lasted like a day. Got a baldy real quick.
Is that the real story of the Fab Five all having bald heads?
Yes.
Welcome back to Jalen Jacoby on ESPN2. Jalen Rose, not everything in the world of sports and pop culture is worth discussing. So we filter all of that with my phone beeping and a segment we call Keep It Moving.
We be moving, you know we keep it moving.
Jalen Rose,
What up?
I'm going to give you a headline.
Down.
If it is worth discussing, we hit the brakes and discuss it. If it is not, we just keep it moving.
We be moving, you know we keep it
You
moving.
want to put one of those Mad Dog 2020s on the table?
Lakers rookie Lonzo Ball.
Hit the brakes.
Ooh.
Here's something that if you hear a media member say, change the channel. The Lakers are back. No, they're not.
The Lakers are bad. That's
They're
what
not
they
bad.
are. They're bad.
Take it from somebody that grew up rooting for Magic Johnson as my favorite player along with Isaiah Thomas and played against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers and was on the wrong end of their first championship. They ain't back.
Well, we hit the brakes a little too early, because allow me to explain. He said that he is for sure going to play in the season opener. He's had an ankle problem, much like LeBron James, but he said he's going to play in the season opener.
I want to see him playing in some big baller brands.
I think he will, over time. Over time. Next, Air Asia's staff was accused of behaving inappropriately during a very dangerous section of the flight.
Oh, definitely hit the brakes.
Okay. You fly all the time.
No
Let's
question.
imagine that you are flying, I believe it was from Singapore to Bali, some sort of long, or New Zealand to Bali, something like that.
Sound like something I've done.
Yeah, exactly. Air
In my
Asia,
dreams.
they're up in the sky. The plane plummets 20,000 feet at once. Okay? So that would have woken you up, probably. All right? So you wake up and the plane is plummeting to the earth. In the plane. Passengers, the little things came down. You know, the thing came down, you got to put in your kid first before you. And then the staff of the plane started screaming. A passenger said, quote, "The panic was escalated because of the behavior of the staff who were screaming and looked tearful and shocked. We looked to them for reassurance. We didn't get any. We were more worried because of how panicked they were." Would you be upset if the staff of the plane started screaming if your plane was plummeting toward the earth?
Let me tell you something. If I'm on a plane and take a nosedive like that, 20,000 feet, I'll be throwing up and have diarrhea at the same time. Like, that's what I would be doing. First and foremost.
You wouldn't be concerned with the behavior of the staff?
No.
Me neither.
But here's the other thing. They're human.
That's the thing.
They're not on there, in theory, to do something Superman or Superwoman
Let's
could
imagine the
accomplish.
plane is plummeting to the earth and everyone's going to die. This one's going to go to the loudspeaker and be like, "Everyone be cool. I got this. This is fine."
That's what I'd be doing.
I wouldn't be sitting next to you, I'll tell you that much. I'm never sitting next to you on another plane the rest of our lives.
Man. I'm trying to be here.
You are good. You are good to sit next to on planes, though, because you don't talk, okay? You don't talk. You don't get up to go to the bathroom. You don't order anything. You just sleep the entire time. You don't watch any movies. They're too loud and distracting. You don't read any books. You don't try to get my armrest
crew
from
love
me.
me.
You just fall asleep and then wake up when we get there, ready for action. But I'm never going to sit next to you on a plane again. Because if the plane starts to plummet, what are you going to start to do? I can't believe I made you do that again. Tiger Woods is cleared to resume golf activities
Tiger
without
Woods,
restriction
y'all.
after back surgery. Hit the brakes or keep moving.
Keep it moving.
What?
Keep getting them checks,
We be
Tiger.
moving, you know we keep it moving.
I ain't mad at him at all.
For some reason, I root for him.
He had his time,
He's
man.
done so many bad things, but I still root for his
Here's the one
success.
thing about being an athlete. Like, people always say, like, what are they doing now? It's hard to stay consistently dominant or productive at something for
Let's keep. I'm about to make
years.
some bad jokes. Let's keep moving. The Hamburger Helper started some
Hit
controversy.
the brakes.
Okay.
I love Hamburger Helper. growing
Hamburger
up.
Helper. We all know the Hamburger Helper, white glove. He talks, he's got a
No
mouth in the middle of his
question.
palm. Well, the internet looked at the Hamburger Helper. There he is right there. And they said, "Hey man, how does this all work? Like what's the physiology of this being? What is inside that glove that animates that character in this way?" You ask the internet provides some suggestions, some things that they could possibly be the answer for that. What's the skeletal structure of this cartoon? Maybe it's some sort of creepy dinosaur-looking thing. Maybe it's a skull with some fingers. Or perhaps it is just this terrifying it clown with wings. Hamburger Helper saw this, and like all big brands do now, they pay attention to social. They released this image. That's the official declaration of what is inside the Hamburger Helper. What is that? Is that a failed test, Jalen?
It is. You just gotta let it rock.
Look, who did that? What is that?
You just gotta let it rock.
There's not a skeleton with 4 arms inside of the glove.
Here's what I would have did.
That skeleton has no personality.
As far as I know, I'd have put some of the best ground beef ever inside of there.
Be like, you know what we're made of? Hamburger. You know what we're here to do? Help you. We're hamburger helper. That's what we do. It's not that simple. Do you know we're not a super scary skeleton with an extra set of arms that looks scary?
I would have made it like the old school Mean Joe Green Pepsi commercial. He was sticking out his hand to give the kid a Pepsi, and it'd be a glove with the hamburger helper.
Do you know what the inside of the glove and the beef reminds me of? What you would do on a plane if it was vomiting. You're watching Jalen Jacoby will probably be canceled.